VN79, the John F. Kennedy, was christened today here in the shipyard. The new entry into our nuclear navy, the CVN-79, named after John F. Kennedy. So a lot going on here on the campus of NNS, including this afternoon's basketball game, as both teams' starting lineups have already been introduced. Teams are on the floor, and we are about set for tip-off here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. So glad you could join us. And once tip-off takes place, we will give you the starting lineups. Our officials for this afternoon's game are Frederick German, Kelvin Oliver, and LaCorey Steppe, as both teams are about to tip it off. As we get things underway here, nice crowd making their way into the arena, as tip-off is controlled by the Royals. And for the Royals, number 3, Markel Riggins handles the point. He'll be joined along with Christopher Smith, Vincent Reed Berry, Kareem Sherrod, and Drew Aiken, as the Royals work at the top of the circle. Back with the basketball now is Riggins as he works against man-to-man defense, being employed by the Builders, as the first shot for the Royals is up and good. That's Christopher Smith. Those are his first 2 of this game, and the scoring is underway. Royals 2, Builders nothing, as the Builders go to work. Feed inside to Caleb Molesky, misses. Drew Stanton, putback no good, but Caleb Molesky is there for the putback for the Builders, and that is their first basket of this afternoon's game. That knocks the score up at 2 apiece. 19 minutes remaining in the first half, as the Builders, Caleb Molesky is joined by Brandon Joyner, Bryant Fuller, his brother Corey Joyner, and Drew Walton, as penetration into the lane by Riggins. He's fouled. That will be the first foul on the Builders. Caleb Molesky, that'll be his first. And that'll be the team's first. Of course, that foul did happen in the act of shooting. So Markel Riggins will step to the line to shoot 2 for the visiting Royals, again, who hail from Virginia Beach, Virginia, as the first of 2 is up and good. That moves the Royals into the lead now. 3-2 is our score early on in the first half. 18:47 remaining in the first half, as the second of 2 misses. Walton clears. Builders come into this afternoon's game with a 3-2 record, even though they've already played 2 additional games, as the feed goes into Walton, back out in the wing for a long 3 from Bryant Fuller is good. So with that 3, that pushes the Builders' lead 5-3 over the Royals. 8:21 left as Riggins works against the Builders' zone. Again, Builders come in 3-2, but they played 2 exhibition games, one against Hampton University and another against Norfolk State, but those do not count against the Builders' overall record. Those were exhibition games. The Builders were unsuccessful in both contests, weren't able to come away with a win, as the shot by the Regents is up and missed. Rebound cleared by Joyner. Builders with a turnover. Royals control the basketball. Riggins with the ball. 7:43 remaining in the first half. Builders still leading 5-3 over the Royals. And for those that know me, I am a huge fan of uniforms. And I love the royal blue uniforms of our visiting Royals, as the shot is up, but there is a foul call on the Builders. That foul call is going to be on Corey Joyner. That is his first personal foul. That is the team's second foul. So again, that was in the act of shooting. So Riggins goes back to the line, who was 1 of 2 his previous trip to the charity stripe, and the first of 2 falls in. 5-4 now, our score. Builders lead by 1, 7:22 remaining. Builders come into this afternoon's game with their own brand new uniforms as well. Sort of a aircraft carrier gray are the uniforms. Seeing as though that is what we primarily build here at the shipyard, along with submarines. So The Builders, fresh brand new uniforms. I love them. And right now the score is tied 5-5 as we have a foul call. That foul call will be on Christopher Smith. That'll be his first personal foul, and that'll be the first team foul. 7:04 remaining in the first half. We're still tied at 5 as the inbound goes to Joyner. Joyner, long three. No good, trickles off the top of the backboard and goes out of bounds. So the ball goes back over to the Royals. Builders, full court pressure. Score still tied 5-5. 16:50 left as Riggins gets the ball over the timeline. Feed in the corner to Smith for three, good. 8-5 now, the Royals over the Builders as Joyner looks over the man-to-man defense being played right now by the Royals. Feed down low, Molesky, kick to Joyner, long three, in and out. But there's a foul on the rebound, and that foul is going to go against the Builders. Drew Walton tries to plead his case, or at least explain what's going on underneath to the referee, to no avail. He's still going to be called for his first foul. As that is now team foul number 2 for the Builders as they trail the Royals 7-5. 16:10 remaining in the first half. Here's Aiken with the ball back over to Riggins. Riggins has pretty much had most of the scoring so far for the Royals, as that shot is up and good by Vincent Reed-Berry, and those are his first points. So 9-5 is our score now as the Builders work against the Royals. Joyner bullies his way to the basket, and they call the foul. Brandon Joyner going to the line to attempt to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Drew Aiken, that is his first personal foul and the second team foul. So the Builders are able to sink this free throw that will narrow the Royals' lead to 1. Right now it sits at 9-7 as Joyner toes the line. And the free throw is up, and it is good. 9-8 our score. Riggins over to Sherrod, who's yet to attempt a shot yet. Here's Smith, back to Riggins. Riggins, feed down low, wild shot that time by Reed-Berry, and he commits the offensive foul. Well, take that back. That was not an offensive foul. I thought that was. But actually, that foul is going to go on Brian Fuller of the Builders. That'll be his first and the fourth team foul.
Number 20, Vincent Reed-Berry in the line for the Royals, shooting 2.
Vincent Reed-Berry steps to the line to shoot 2. The Royals currently lead by a score of 9-8 over the Builders. 15-19 remaining in the first half, as all the respect in the world being given to the free throw shooter here on the home court for the Builders. No noise from the crowd to try to disrupt the concentration of the shooter. I think we're giving him just a little bit too much respect as he stands at the line. I can understand doing it for our home Builders, but not for the visiting Royals, as he sinks both free throws, and the Royals now lead 11-8, 15-16 remaining, as Joyner works against man-to-man defense for the Royals, as Walton is fed down low, and he eats. That too is up and good. 11-10 our score, everybody. 15 minutes remaining in the first half on christening ceremony Saturday here in the Shipyard. Always an exciting time, as traveling is the call by Markel Reed. So that'll be a turnover for the Royals, as Khalil Waleed makes his way into the basketball game for the Regents. for Regent, the Royals, as we get a stoppage in play by the officials to get a clarification on whether there was a timeout called. It doesn't appear that there was. There was simply a substitution being made by the Royals, so we will continue play. Builders currently trail 11-10, 14:49 remaining as Joyner gets set to go against the Royals' man-to-man defense, which is pretty much the same defense they've employed the entire game so far, as we have a foul underneath. That foul call is going to go against Christopher Smith.
That's his second, team's third.
And for Christopher Smith, that is his second personal foul, and that is the third team foul. As the Builders go back on the attack with Joyner, man-to-man defense. Molesky. Back to Joyner, who shoots. Three-point shot is good. And with that shot, that puts the Builders back on top, 13-11, 14-20. Left in the first half as Joyner goes for the steal, creates the turnover. Here's the other brother, Joyner. Joyner, trap, finds an opening to Caleb. Caleb, back out to Joyner, back over to Joyner. Three-point shot, same spot on the floor, same result. 16-11 now is the score as the Builders start to establish the scoring a little bit more as Morris is fresh into the game for the Builders. Here's Smith. Smith to Waleed. Reed Berry with the basketball, works. As Christopher Warren feeds, Akins, long shot, nothing. Shot clock violation on the Royals. As the Royals make substitutions, Markel Riggins. And I believe that is Cameron Sherrod who makes his way back into the basketball game for the Royals, who are currently down by 5. 13-17 left in the first half as Joyner pulls, misses. We have a jump ball situation on the rebound, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Builders. So the Builders will maintain possession. 16-11 is our score, 13-10 remaining in the first half as Molesky feeds to Walton. Walton, reach in, no foul call. So the Royals are running. Here's Sherrod. Rebound cleared by Joyner, Brandon Joyner, as Corey Joyner now works with the basketball. Corey works, feed to Sam Morris, long three-point shot off the back of the iron. Here's Waleed for the Royals. 12:33 remaining in the first half. As Sherrod works against Molesky. Sherrod almost loses the basketball. Builders in a man-to-man defense as the shot clock now gets down to 5, 4. Feed. Down low. Shot up and no good by Reed Berry. Brandon Joyner recovers. Here's Corey Joyner as he gets the call from the bench from head coach Tim Sparks, who's in his first season on the bench as head coach for the Builders. As Joyner works, shot clock under 10, 8. Here's Sam, feed down low to Drew Walton, off the glass and good. Just before the shot clock was about to expire, the Builders have extended their lead to 7. 18-11, 11:33 left in the first half as Riggins works against Joyner off the screen. Here's Sherrod against Caleb, lost the basketball, but I believe someone was holding the basketball. It was Riggins, and he was out of bounds, so that'll be a turnover. So you can see the Royals are starting to make some mistakes with the basketball. I believe that is their second turnover of the basketball game, but we'll get some up-to-date stats for you. before we sign off for halftime. Morris. Feed down low to Walton. Walton works against 3 Royals, unable to come up with a basket as the Builders have now put Ken Smith and Avon Hawkins into the basketball game. As Avon Hawkins is a newcomer to the program. He is a freshman. Avon Hawkins, 6'4", out of Hampton. But the shot by Riggins is up and good, and Joyner back on the attack as the Builders are now leading by a score of 18-13 as we get a foul call. That foul will go on Markel Riggins as the Builders make another substitution. And as you can see, Nate Downs makes his way into the basketball game, the 6'7" freshman out of Chesapeake, who's currently employed as an electrician here in the shipyard. So I'm pretty sure at 6'7", when he does electrical work on these submarines and these aircraft carriers, may or may not have to use a ladder as he goes 6'7". Here's Joyner. Shot clock at 5. Joyner works. Shot partially blocked. Only 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock after the scrum is over, and the ball is lost out of bounds by the Builders. 18-13 our score. 10-10 left in the first half. Builders with the lead. Here's Sherrod. Builders go into a zone defense as Riggins looks. Can't find anyone. Over to Waleed. Shot up, no good by Christopher Warren. And here's one of the newcomers, Hawkins. Morris, jump stop. He's fouled. Now we have a little bit of a discrepancy here. We had one official that was calling a block, and we had another official that called a player control foul. And it looks like the player control foul call is going to be the one that's accepted. So Sam Morris of the Builders picks up his personal foul. That's his first personal foul. That's the team's 5th. Our lead official was able to override the other official. One official again called a block. The other one called an offensive foul. And the Builders get the turnover. Here's Joyner. Joyner slips on the floor, and that's a traveling violation.
Number 21, back in the game for Royals.
I'm not altogether sure if that slip was due to some perspiration on the floor or if he was just moving just a little bit too fast. But maybe, hopefully, during the next dead ball situation, they can get the floor wiped up right there. If there is some condensation or some perspiration on the floor, player safety is always number 1 in any basketball game. Royals working with the basketball. Smith back over to Aiken. Here's Smith again, who feeds over to Waleed. Ball goes down low to Warren. Shot up, no good. Builders control with Vashawn Ely, and Vashawn Ely able to come in on the last dead ball situation. Here's Smith. Smith back over to Hawkins, who works. Shot up, no good, but there's a blocking foul that will go against the Royals.
Royal foul number 5, Christopher Warren, his first, team's 5th. Number 22, Avon Hawkins at the line.
That foul call will go on Christopher Warren. That is his first personal foul and the team's 5th. So Builders not quite in the bonus just yet. That will happen at the 7th team foul. So right now Smith in the act of shooting when he was fouled. So he'll step to the line to shoot 2. And the first shot by Smith is no good, back of the iron. Builders maintain their 18-13 lead on the Royals as the Royals redeploy Vincent Reed-Berry back into the basketball game as Hawkins. Second free throw is good. 19-13 is our score. Builders over the Royals, 8:36 remaining here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding here in Newport News, Virginia. As the rebound is cleared by Nate Downs, here's Sam Morris. Hawkins to Smith. Back to Hawkins. Tried to feed Downs, who wasn't able to control it and tried to save it and threw it back inbounds where the Royals were waiting. So that's a turnover for the Builders as they work against the Royals. Waleed with the basketball, shot clock at 14, plenty of time. As the shot by Vincent Reed Berry is up and good, but there was also a foul in the process. So Rashawn Ely is going to be credited with that foul. And most of your coaches will tell you never foul a jump shooter, but Ely unable to lay off on that one, so he'll pick up a personal foul. And that will put Reed Berry at the line to shoot one, and he drains it. 3-point trip down the floor for the Royals, and that pulls them closer to the Builders, 19-16. 7:45 left in the first half. Here's Ely. Close to the baseline, able to get it out to Hawkins, who pulls a long three-point attempt. No good, but there's a foul on the rebound. Drew Aiken will be credited with that foul for the Royals. And for Aiken, that'll be his second. As V.J. Wilkins makes his way onto the floor for the Royals. Nice crowd here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. Chilly day here in Newport News, Virginia. I think the high today only got somewhere into about the mid-40s. It felt colder than that because there was a breeze off of the James here today. Is Ely able to work after getting the rebound, and the putback is good. So the Builders extend their lead to 5, 21-16, as wholesale substitutions will be made here on the next dead ball situation. As I see several Builders sit down in front of me here in front of the scores table at courtside. Again, Howard McCain with the play-by-play, Sekou Fry working as our engineer producer for this afternoon's basketball game with Regent University. As the Royals continue to work with the basketball, and Sam Morris and V.J. Wilkins get tied up on the rebound, and there's going to be a foul call. That foul call is going to be on Sam Morris, and that's going to be his second personal foul, and that'll be the 16th foul. On correction, that will be the team 7th, as the original starters for the Builders make their way back into the basketball game. So with that last foul by Sam Morris, that now puts the Builders in the bonus. The Royals in the bonus. So that will be a 1-and-1 upcoming for V.J. Wilkins, as Brandon Joyner, Caleb Molesky, Brian Fuller, Corey Joyner, and Drew Walton make their way back onto the floor for the Builders, as V.J. Wilkins attempts to shoot his first free throws of this afternoon, and he misses the first of the 1-and-1. So the score stays 21 Builders, Royals 16, as Corey Joyner gives to Brandon. Brandon, beautiful feed on the give and go to Joyner. That's Fuller for the easy 2 off the glass. 23-16, Builders over the Royals. Builders operating right now under first-year head coach Tim Sparks, who is familiar with the program. But this is his first season at the helm as head coach. Builders, rebound, Corey Joyner. Builders looking to run. Here's Corey. Bit of a travel there, wasn't called. But most people say if the official didn't call it, it didn't happen. 23-16, Builders over the Royals, 5:56 remaining, as Sherrod works against Caleb. Molesky, man-to-man defense by the Builders. V.J. Wilkins, nothing doing as he went into the lane, turned the ball over as Corey Joyner pulls another 3-point attempt, and it rims out no good. So the up and down action on the court kind of picked up a little bit here. It's going to be slowed down just a bit as Dr. Sam Bada tells his team, the Royals, to slow things down a little bit. Shot up and blocked by Caleb Molesky. Here comes Joyner. Joyner weaving, shooting, Shot no good. Drew Walton. But there's going to be a tie-up underneath, called by the official, and the possession arrow is in favor of the Royals, so the ball goes back to the Royals as they make substitutions. Markel Riggins and Christopher Smith come onto the floor for Regent University. 23-16 is our score. 5:10 remaining in the first half as the Builders go to a backcourt trap, but the backcourt pressure is solved by the Royals, and Cameron Sherrod scores. 23-18, and for Sherrod, I believe those may be his first points of this afternoon's basketball game. 23-18 Builders. Here's Corey Joyner working against Markel Riggins. Caleb Molesky with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Caleb works, forces his way to the basket, and he's going to commit the offensive foul.
Offensive foul, charge number 2, Caleb Molesky. That's his second.
So for Caleb Molesky, that is his second personal foul, and that is the 8th total team foul for the Builders. As Rashawn Ely makes his way into the basketball game for Caleb Molesky. So far in the first half, ladies and gentlemen, no timeouts called by both teams, which is highly unusual, but it's a play-on situation as the Royals continue to work. And we have a foul call. We have a reach-in foul call on Corey Joyner. I'm sorry, that's on Brandon Joyner. I didn't see it. Did you? But nonetheless, there's going to be a foul call on Brandon Joyner. So for Brandon, that is his first personal foul to go along with 9 points on this afternoon, as the first of 2 is missed. That was Cameron Sherrod at the charity stripe for the Royals, as Fuller gives it off to Joyner. Joyner, shot up and good, and there was a foul. So on the heels of committing a foul on the defensive end, Corey Joyner just takes things into his own hands on the offensive end, creates, makes the shot, and draws the foul. So that will be foul number 17, foul number 7 for the Royals, as Corey Joyner steps to the line to attempt to complete the three-point play, ladies and gentlemen. Builders up 25-18 over the Royals, and the shot is good. 26-18, largest lead of the afternoon by the Builders, as the Royals work against full court pressure. Give to Smith, who misses. Looked like a bit of an over the back there by the Royals. Wasn't seen by the officials, so it's a play on. Shot clock did not reset. So the shot clock now is at 10. 3:30 left in the in the first half of the basketball game, as a three-point shot is up and good for Vincent Reed-Berry. So that narrows the Builders' lead now to 5, 26-21 Builders, as Joyner works against man-to-man defense for the Royals. And we have a turnover. Smith with the steal, shot up, no good, but he is fouled. So that call will go on Corey Joyner. Now that'll be his second personal foul. Corey Joyner yet to get into the scoring column here in this afternoon's basketball game. So for the Royals, Christopher Smith will step to the line to shoot 2. Christopher Smith already has 5 points on the afternoon. And again, the arena goes deathly silent here on the home floor for the Builders as the shot goes down. Builders make a substitution with Avon Hawkins. Christopher Warren comes in for the Royals as Hawkins pays dividends as soon as he steps on the court, able to clear the rebound off of the missed free throw. So the score sits at 26-22. Builders over the Royals, 2:50 left in the first half. Here's Fuller. Looking, finding Stanton. Stanton bullies his way to the basket. Player control foul on the Builders, Drew Walton. So for Drew Walton, that is his second personal foul to go along with his 4 points as he makes his way to the bench. Ken Smith makes his way into the basketball game. 2:40 left. Builders lead 26-22. Riggins works against man-to-man defense. Here's Sherrod back out to Smith. Warren, shot in and out. And that is Fuller coming away with the basketball as Hawkins works through the defense. And what's the call? I believe that is going to be an offensive foul call again on the Builders. Avon Hawkins picks up the foul, so that'll be his first personal foul. And he is credited right now with 1 point in the basketball game as we get a timeout. Timeout is going to be the call for the Builders. 2:12 remaining in the first half as Ten Sparks takes his first timeout here to try to talk things over to see if we can get things calmed down quite a bit here in the first half as the Builders' aggressiveness on the offensive end is kind of working against them a little bit. We've seen some calls that have gone against them that, frankly, some of us here at the scorers table and maybe some of the people in the arena didn't quite agree with, but hey, that's sports. So it's going to be a play on, it looks like, with the officials here for the remainder of this first half as the Builders' timeout is now over. They make their way back into the basketball game. 2:12 remaining in the first half as the Royals are about to inbound. So in the backcourt is Riggins. No pressure by the Builders as the Builders fall into a 2-3 zone, but quickly come out of it from the urging of their head coach, and we get a traveling call. Christopher Warren shuffled his feet as the defender made his way over, and they turned the basketball over, so the Builders control 26-22. 1:55 remaining in the first half as Fuller works. The ball over to Ely. Man-to-man defense still on right now for the Royals as the Royals defend. Shot clock at 10. Smith over to Joyner, shot clock at 8. Joyner looks for a screen. Gets it, works. 3-point shot up, no good. Ken Smith with the rebound and kicks it back out to Hawkins, who resets the offense. Good patience there showed by Hawkins to not force anything. As Ely launches, long 3-point shot off the front of the rim. Loose ball picked up and controlled by the Royals. Waleed. Here's Waleed. Over to Smith. Shot missed. Here's Hawkins. 1 minute left in the first half as Hawkins works against the man-to-man defense as Smith feeds to Ely, and we're going to get a reach-in foul. That foul is going to go on Vincent Reed Berry, and that will be his second personal foul to go along with his 11 points on this afternoon as Sam Morris makes his way into the basketball game along with Cameron Sherrod for the Royals. Fun game so far here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center on the campus of NNS Shipbuilding. Again, christening ceremony Saturday here in the shipyard. An exciting time whenever we have a carrier or one of our submarines christened. CVN 79, the John F. Kennedy, was christened today. Now, building on CVN 79 isn't quite complete, so there's still a little bit of work left before she's actually seaworthy, but that will be soon, maybe within the next year or so, as the second free throw is missed, but it's controlled by Ely. Morris over to Hawkins. Hawkins launches. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound taken by Sherrod. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's Riggins. Kick into the corner to Smith, who travels with the basketball. So with 35.5 seconds remaining in the first half, Nate Downs comes into the basketball game. Builders would not be able to hold for the final shot. There are 35.5 seconds remaining, 30 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Hawkins. Hawkins feeds to Morris. Shot clock at 20. Plenty of time. The Smith works. Goes down the lane. Shot up. No good. Offensive foul call again on the Builders.
Builder foul number 3, Ken Smith. That's his first.
I've done quite a few of these Builder basketball games in the past couple of years, and this is the first time I've seen this many player control fouls called on the home Builders on their home court here in a while. So 13 seconds remaining. Royals will hold for the final shot. Builders in a 2-3 zone. As the Royals attack, here's Smith. Step back. Shot up. No good. Rebound cleared by Smith. And that will do it for the first half here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as the Builders take a halftime lead into the locker room. Their score right now, Builders 27, Royals 22. And we will get some scoring totals here for you as soon as we possibly can. But we definitely want to take this time to give credit to Bayport Credit Union.
Here we go.
My name is Letitia McCain. I am Director of Education of the Apprentice School. And I think the most fun part of it all is building a relationship with the students.
You know, the opportunity we can offer here at the Apprentice School is a very unique one to prospective student athletes. It's one of a kind.
My favorite part about being an apprentice is getting to work with my hands and playing football. And since I came in the yard, I've matured a lot, coming in straight out of high school, and I'm able to work better with others.
Oh man, it's a great experience. I mean, you're doing what you love. You're learning a great trade that you can use anywhere. It's just a great experience, best experience I ever had.
I loved it because it taught me time management, it taught me patience. I was one of those ones that did everything last minute, so it taught me how to go to work, get time for resting, get time for homework and school, and stay on top of things. My favorite thing about being an apprentice has to be the numerous opportunities that you get. As long as you show initiative, determination, and you dedicate yourself, there's no door that can't be opened.
It's not your traditional four-year college scholarship type athlete. Just hearing about the women actually getting out and working every day told me a lot about their character to even sign up and be committed to a program like this. So the challenge, I think, just knowing that these women can do both, it was inspiring.
Wrestling is one of those sports where it takes serious dedication to be really good at. And just like every other apprentice, they're going to school and they're going to work all day. They're working on nuclear aircraft carriers and submarines and being a full-time athlete.
I didn't know what to think. I was blindsided. Got to grow up a little fast, but I made it work. Been here 10 years now. And yeah, tuition free, simple. It's as simple as that.
Most recent grads that are graduating high school, their first year at college or typical university, they're sleeping in sometimes in the mornings. Our guys and young ladies are out beating on steel at 5:30 in the morning sometimes.
It's completely different. You really see how responsible you have to be to get up every morning and get to work, and how much people really rely on you.
This is not for somebody that's soft. It's something that it's very rewarding when you get through it. It's a long day. You're up at 5 or so. You may go to school all day. You may work all day, practice afterwards, get home, clean up, eat, do your homework, and get to bed and get ready to do it again the next day. So it's a sacrifice and it's a commitment.
I'd say my proudest moment really is just being able to have this opportunity and do it all. I mean, I got the schooling paid for and made it through that, and being able to do something that I'm really interested in.
But playing baseball is awesome through the apprentice school because it definitely just opens more doors to move up in the company. Can't have much more fun playing baseball.
Probably is the best decision that you could make coming out of high school. You're going to be able to pay your own bills, start your own career, and also at the same time, you could get your education for free. So it's really a no-brainer.
I was recruited right out of high school. Had a defensive coordinator come to my school and say, hey man, you're not going to have any student debt when you finish up. You're going to get to play football and work with your hands every day. I said, sign me up right then and there. Greatest experience of my life thus far.
You got to have some guts. You got to be hard-nosed to be able to survive this place, this culture, this atmosphere. So what we do is we come in, we tell our guys there are no excuses. We want guys that are smart, that are going to be able to come in here and get the classwork done. That's first and foremost. But secondly, we want hard-nosed guys that really love the game of football. Guys that, you know, they can't wait to get over to football practice and they love to compete. We play a fast, high-paced, exciting brand of football, so that's something they can look forward to every day. With the way we're trending and the way our program is recruiting, I can tell you that we're going to be moving into some spaces that apprentice football has never been before, and I'm excited about it.
It's a great opportunity to be able to come to the apprentice school, not only play the sport, but also be able to have a career out of it as well, too.
I believe the proudest moment I've had is to see all of our players, walk that stage. I challenge each one of them to become a superintendent as a minimum, and several of them are going through the ranks making supervision, so I'm real proud of that. That's probably more than any of them shooting 69 or 70 in my opinion.
It's a big deal. When they come here, they're building nuclear-powered submarines and aircraft carriers for the U.S. Navy, and basketball is just the fun part. But what our apprentices do on a day in and day out basis is protecting our security at home, so it's something that they're going to be able to really take pride in for the rest of their lives.
We play a huge part in the safety of our country, being a contractor of the United States Navy, and it's just an opportunity that we can offer that no one else in America can, so it's really unique here and really awesome.
The opportunity of the apprentice school should be known to a lot of individuals because it gives students an opportunity to come in and not only learn a trade,